Game on, everybody! The third place this side of the HeroesHype tournament. Nothing changed going up against Go Next here today. And we're a little bit late to the party. We had a bit of a mini game going on. Which team could lack a player for the longest time? First we had one, then another one dropped, then we had to wait again, but now we're ready for the best of three here. Now, as I mentioned previously, nothing changed, actually changed their name. They are currently called Tag Changed because obviously they meme a little bit on my name for them, Nothing Changed, which is, strictly speaking, not their official name. Then again, if I give them a name, it is their official name. That's just how it works. But yeah, either way. So for them, very little changed. Mopsio is not part of the team anymore. He actually has his own team right now, which is called Pork9, and played against Washed Up in the first round. And now we're looking at Billy, the new tank player, on the side of Nothing Changed as we're heading into Infernal Shrines, our first map in the best of 3 series. Tracer gets banned against DAB, as usual, no surprises here. And in addition to that, what are we going to get banned out against Go Next? They're playing with Earth here today on the front line, and it should be an interesting one. We're waiting a little bit for Skok here, but we'll see what's going to happen with this. We don't really see Go Next these days too much. They actually played in the upper bracket against the ex-Granite Gaming boys, now called the Lauber Fan Club again. I'm going to go over that once that we're actually looking at Granite Games again. But yeah, they left Granite Gaming, they parted ways with the organization. So Granite Gaming is now ex-Granite Gaming for the time being, but their new name and their old name is Lauber's Fan Club. So that's something that you guys can already get used to a little bit. But we're going to make a bit of a transition period there until we put that in. Earth with ETC. One of his standards, actually. Also, the ban on Malfurion, who has definitely crept up towards the top of the European scene when it comes to supports. Billy with Diablo. And Billy, really on the front line, incredibly powerful again. His Garrosh oftentimes gets banned out against him. Out in Infernal Shrines. Diablo, a little bit stronger. So we'll see what they're going to get with this. What else are we going to get? Gul'dan. Early pick on him. Gul'dan for DAB, apparently. Alright, fair enough. And what are we going to get on the other side? Vala would be nice on the map. As I said before, though, I don't really know too much about Go Next in terms of what they're currently preferring in regards to their picks and preferences. But generally speaking, when you look at the map, you can, you can play a variety of heroes. You've seen a lot of Greymane, we've seen Vala, obviously. You can go into Hanzo right away. That will be a good pick for them. And there we have it. Auriel together with Vala. Unfortunately, still the wrong tint. The gold one is just a little bit too much on the nose. You need to go for the purple if you go for the Vala Master skin, which you always should. It's an amazing skin. She has some others that are great too, but the Master skin is just top notch. Back in the days when 10,000 gold was a lot, and you had to actually spend it in order to get not only the money pick, but also the Vala Master skin. That was pretty sick. These days I have more than 200,000 on my account and don't know what to do with it. So yeah, back in the days 10,000 was a lot. But yeah, Auriel is played together with this, and Auriel these days has been revamped slightly, so she needs to engage a little bit more in the fighting if she wants to get her hopes up. We're having Deckard Cain right now banned out. He's obviously nice to control the choke points too, pretty similar to what Malfurion can do. But that means that Rhaegar is still open. And Alex Straza, of course, as well. And Link goes for Alex. No Rhaegar for him this time. Podibos again with Blaze. And yeah, when I was talking about the Skinner G, not a fan of that skin. You have a beautiful armor on Blaze, full on mech style pretty much, and you just shed it off and make yourself vulnerable. So, yeah, in this case, Blaze, again, fantastic hero. Obviously, we'll have a lot of fun at the top lane, but once we're going into those shrine fights with Billy and Diablo, we have a massively tanky front line. And talking front lines, Urel comes in, the Space Goat is joining the fun, and so is Alarak. Okay, so we have actually 3 heroes at the front line that can really help out Vala. Solo support though, ETC with the Prog Rock can chip in a bit on the healing numbers as well. But no Tassadar. Tassadar was banned out. He could have gone into a Zarya if you really wanted those shields. We've seen that variation from Granite Gaming in the past. But last but not least, Blick Kidney, what are we going to get for him? A little bit more damage, and it is Hanzo. Pretty late pick on him, but we have him finally in play. First map, Infernal Shrines in our best of 3 series. Let's jump in and see which team takes the victory on the first map. Game number 1, Boss on Blaze, ladies and gentlemen. DAB on Hanzo. We have nothing changed with Diablo, played at the front line by Sport Billy, Blake Kidney on Gul'dan, and Linked on Alex Traza. Finally, a real dragon in a Heroes game. Over to the right side of the map, though. In red, we have Go Next with Kelvin on Vala, Earth on ETC, Ultralisk on Alarak, Sky on Oriel, and Skok on the Space Goat. Ready to rumble in game number 1, and let's have a look of what we're going to get here in terms of talents. Once again, the new habits for Blaze, so the Unstoppable, is already put into play. Ooh, and we have Devil's Due. So a little bit of a globe focus by Sport Billy here. Immediately also the spray is right there. The whip is missing, but they're getting the damage in against Split Kidney regardless, and they might get the kill, and indeed they do. Earth coming in and getting the lockdown confirmed, and there's the double kill as they drop Hanzo as well. 2 heroes down, both of the damage dealers eliminated, and a bit of a bloody nose for nothing changed. Like, damn son, Go Next coming in and doing well here. So, for the time being, we also have Kelvin on his Hot Pursuit on level 1. Towards the top lane, obviously, our 1 versus 1 with the Space Goat going up against the Blaze. And in the middle of the map, still that 4-man rotation. That just was pretty crucial in order to get those 2 kills here. There's a nice damage output. Earth also with a good slide towards the end. Not too premature on sliding in and trying to stun someone out. Took his time with it. And yeah, as I said, Oriel obviously with a little rework has now to actually participate in the fights. Pretty much what happened is that she doesn't generate most of their hopes through the trade. Still generates a fair amount of it, don't get me wrong, but she gets a lot more now by actively participating in the battles, and so we are going to see her all the way out a little bit more often. Earth nearly locked down here. The heal came through though, and that is ETC surviving the battle down here at the bottom, as the blue team was eager to get a counter kill after they initially lost 2 heroes. All the way up to the top, we're still seeing Skok pushing that out, and in the mid lane, Kelvin gets attacked. Doesn't really get dropped here though. Still obviously waiting for the level 4 talents. That particular is going to tell us quite a lot, especially when we're looking towards a hero like Alarak. And Doom. Hanzo goes down again. Negatively charged is indeed in play. Another telekinesis, and holy hell, what is happening here? Go Next is playing nothing changed whack-a-mole. Every single time a hero appears, they're just going to whack him around and take him down here. That's getting kind of nuts. Sliding in for another kill. They want Gul'dan, and Blake Kidney survives thanks to Linked helping him out here. But this is starting to become a little bit gruesome for them. Obviously, with Kelvin, we're now having Punishment as the second talent on level 4. Typical Hot Pursuit into multi-shot build that we are seeing from him. Only question that remains at this point is pretty much on level 16 we're going to see Frost Shot, or if he's going into Manticore, considering that he has a pretty target-rich environment on the other side with hefty hit point pools. I guess Manticore could kind of be a given. With that being said, we're still seeing the cams taken. This one is actually guarded by 2 heroes, so they're trying to time it around the shrine to get a bit of an upper hand when it comes to the battle with the 2 shaman cams colliding against each other towards the top. But the shrine is active, and this is the moment where nothing changed, just to show that they can pull something off here. It's still even talents. The only question is obviously for how much longer, since it's half a level until Go Next will hit level 7, and that would give them a massive lead in this particular battle. Already we're seeing Urel sitting at the side, the Space Goat jumping in, but Diablo is on the move. Here comes the Dragon Queen as Linked is going straight for the trade, trying to push them out, and they are looking strong right now. 25 stacks already accumulated, and still Go Next looking for a chance, but Uriel is already sliding off towards the top, so it seems like they're going to let the first one go. Still trying to at least steal a little bit away here, but can't really do anything anymore. Important part is now stay behind the gate, bait the Punisher over so that he can easily defend against it. I guess we're going to see an auto. Yep, there's the auto attack and the push. Baiting the Punisher over, and with that they can burn it down pretty quickly, especially of course with the help of Vala, who's just shelling away here. Alarak is sitting in the mid lane. They're getting the early level 7, which also gives us the Echo Pedal for ETC now. And interestingly enough, we're seeing for Urel also the Divine Steed, which means that she has an easier time rotating between the lanes. It still surprises me that we actually get speed talents taken quite a lot these days, regardless of the in general, speed increase of all the heroes, but for at least Urel, obviously, it helps a lot if you can insta-mount. There's the kill against Alexstrasza. They're still fighting over here with an attempted kill against DAB, and also the battle at the top hasn't really stopped. 5 kills against 0. I mean, damn. I expect that... Honestly, I came into this expecting that Nothing Changed would win the series with the 2-0, but that Go Next would come in and really fight back. That was my assumption. I was like, okay, maybe we're gonna see 3 games. If I was a betting man, I would have set it 2-0 for Nothing Changed. But with a good day and a little bit of pressure, Go Next might be able to maybe win one of the maps here, make it a bit close. They had quite a momentum right now. But that they would come out of the gates just crushing and getting 5 kills against 0, that is a bit of a surprise to me. I didn't expect them to play together this well right now, but that is honestly impressive. Now this is a 5 versus 4, so you need to be a little bit cautious with this. Earth is sliding through, and the camp is obviously stolen away, but that also means that Urel at the top is still getting some extra experience compared to Nothing Changed. And they do exactly that. Top lane, there we go. If you can stop the rotation of Blaze a little bit, but no, not running into him. But this is an interesting setup. Half a level until level 10. Maybe they can do something with that. Billy is obviously waiting for wall stuns at this point. He's going to try after level 16 to also get some insta-kills set up for his team. 17 stacks for Blikitny is full done. Urel is moving down to the bottom of the map as we are having a potential fight for the Khazra camp. So far not targeted actually. But it will be more than a little bit interesting to see how this is going to work out for them right now. At this point the level 10 abilities are in. That gives us the counter strike. Vala could, I guess Rain of Vengeance here. I mean, Strafe would be nice, but the problem is you have a lot of interrupts against it. So you would have to really wait for a long time before you can activate anything there until your opponent throws out all of the stuns. So in this case, Rain of Vengeance does a little bit more for them. They were hoping to catch someone here, but nicely done by Nothing Changed. Delay that slightly and have now Apocalypse together with Bunker as the next shrine is activated, and the Dragon's Arrow for Hanzo with Horrify, plus on the Cleansing Flames with Ruby Wings coming probably in later on in this game. But this is the moment to shine. 5 kills against 0. They lost the first objective, but they are going to try and take number 2. Go next with a little moment of truth that we have right now. Another 6 seconds until the shrine is active, but we're already seeing both teams aiming for the Shaman camp again. This time with an immediate channel on both sides, and well, with level 10 abilities ready, this is where you have to prove that you can pull it off. They're starting to jump in right now. Poryboss already sitting at sides. Earth trying to create a little bit of space as well. Keep the Dragon Queen in mind. That's going to be absolutely essential for all of this. And Link is keeping himself already in the back. Doesn't activate the trade yet. Here comes the arrow. There's the Horrify. They're going for Vala, and that's the kill. Vala down, the damage dealer gone, and now Skok is attacked too. Urel is on the run, drops the ult, but if they can't get a counter kill, then this is lights out, and Sky is all of a sudden low, barely able to keep himself alive with a little bit of help. And there's the mosh pit, and it's a fantastic one. The problem is they don't have the damage. Vala is down, Oriel with a self-Aegis. They're trying to keep everybody alive, but ETC is down. Urel hops away once more and barely escapes the slaughter. But with 2 kills against the red team, we're seeing Nothing Changed now in a fantastic position to get the second Punisher in this game. They're gonna grab this one for sure. That is bad news for Go Next. They are still ahead in experience, but they are likely to lose out on that advantage now, since the Punisher is going to make it difficult for them to hold that fort. Might be able if they get everybody down here, but especially with Vala currently missing, that's an issue. And look at that. Billy is actually waiting for Kelvin. Oh, nice! Makes the safe rotation. I mean, Billy follows it, which is awesome, and they might get the kill here. And yes, they do, but that was really nice from both sides. A great trap in the first place from Nothing Changed. Then a really good move from Vala to go for the safe rotation. But once again, Nothing Changed, playing it just a little bit better, anticipating it, spotting it out, and then going in deep for that kill on the rotational move. Nicely done. IQ 200 right there. And the second kill against Oriel, so Nothing Changed, really turning that around. But this was actually really fantastic. That was really smart plays that we've seen there. Yeah, and the fort in the mid lane has been destroyed. The problem is that at the bottom, Blikitny is eager to drop a second one. He has it already incredibly low and should be able to get it. At least if he drops another corruption, I might not quite have enough here. But here with this set, there's the level 13 talents now for both of them, but just look at the kill count. 4 against 5 all of a sudden. Incredibly close with this. Which definitely puts Go Next still into a position where they might be able to come back into this. But it is going to become a little bit more tricky for them right now. They definitely lost quite a bit of momentum for this. There comes Earth again. They're trying to go for it. There's the Apocalypse. Dodges out on everything. Takes the camp. Hanzo's arrow is out. This time the ults don't do a whole lot from Nothing Changed. So the situation is a little bit better for the red team. Now they need to keep Vala in play. That's one of the biggest problems. Vala has been eliminated every single time here. That Horrify was not bad. Counter-Strike. Alarak's still alive. Vala also is trying to get some help out, but everybody is low. Billy is going to the front. There's another stun coming out as Earth is barely escaping. Kept alive by Oriel. In comes the Goat jumping in. They're eating the damage from Gul'dan. Combo attempt from Alarak. Didn't do as much as they were hoping for. And again, the focus onto ETC as the cow dies. Nicely done here. Really, really well played. And those are some solid moves that we're now seeing from them. I gotta give it to them. That is actually a really, really nice setup they're displaying here. And after the beating they received in the early game, this is pretty impressive. I mean, it's honestly like at some point they just decided, okay guys, stop funning around, try to play for real. And that's exactly what they're currently doing here. So now we have 5 kills against 5, nearly a level lead for Nothing Changed. And that looks quite good for them. But the next objective is going to be one of the important ones with the 3rd Immortal coming in. Now, the problem that is going to arrive for Go Next at some point is that it's very likely a battle about level 16 talents. Because I don't really think they can get that, but time will tell. I mean, when it comes down to the damage numbers for now, we're having 25,000 Alarak, he's a top damage dealer. A little bit embarrassing for Vala, to be honest with you. But there we go. If they get 16 in Manticore, that would be great, but at this point they are lucky if ETC survives, and it doesn't seem likely. And he goes down again, 3rd time for him to kick the bucket. Kelvin also in trouble, and before Vala falls, Oriel gets annihilated. The quest is completed for Gul'dan, and they are just getting absolutely murdered. Yes, the shrine is activating in 15, but Nothing Changed, doesn't give a shit. They're moving straight into the middle of the map, and are gonna go for their keep here. Total control right now from the blue team. It was a fantastic start for Go Next, but at this point, Nothing Changed just says, we got this. And they even go for the core. Why would you go for the objective when you can go for the core? They're saying, boys, we can make this happen. I am not so sure about that, but they're definitely going to try. Yeah, they're YOLOing in for that. In comes the Go. They're trying to go for Gul'dan. They're trying to drop them here. And Gul'dan is down. They're going for the high risk these days. I think that's a move that we would never have seen them make in HGC, but they're going for the high risk. Yeah, it might still pay off, but regardless of if it works or not, that core is low. DAB comes in, drops a couple of arrows, gets a few hits in, and they're actually pulling it off, aren't they? ETC with the mosh pit, but just be able to save it, but no, they take it down. That is game, as Nothing Changed takes the first map in the series. Game number 2, everybody. Nothing Changed against Go Next, and Nothing Changed. They played with their food a little bit in the early stages. Early game, they were just sitting there, taking the beating, and then they turned it around, and I mean, they didn't really lose any heroes until the end of the game when they said, okay, we're gonna go core now. I mean, like, why waste another 5 minutes with this game? We can finish it right now. Totally calculated, of course. Now, as I said, I'm pretty sure that in an HGC game back in the days, they wouldn't have made the decision and played it rather safe instead of going full YOLO on this one. But it worked out at the end for them. They lost every single hero with the exception of Alexstrasza, but that's all that they needed. Now we're heading into Alterac Pass, and we have first pick, first ban for Go Next. So the map choice went over to Nothing Changed. Big map. And yeah, I want to know what we're going to get here. Could see Falstad, could see ETC with the stage dive. You could see, in theory, Simuro by one of the teams. There's a chance that we're going to see Abatha. Dehaka might be an option, even though he's not really all that popular anymore in the setup. And yeah, what else are we going to have? Tracer, banned out. I mean, duh. DAB on the other side. Tracer gets immediately annihilated. So, yeah. What else? The ban... They ban ETC. Okay. So Earth is not going to get the chance to play ETC again. Again, this time it would probably have been a stage dive ETC to give them a pseudo-global. But we don't get that right here. What else? Tyrael and Rhaegar. I mean, Camp Clear is already there. Tyrael this time a bit early. Honestly wonder what they want to do with this. It would have been awesome to see like a Morales. Like we're going into a good old backdoor strategy with Morales Medivac or something along those lines. With Tyrael, there's I guess a chance that we're going to see, let's say, Greymane in this game. Depending on the lineup that they're playing here. But what else are we going to get for Go Next? Malfurion and Garrosh. Alright, Earth today on Garrosh. Solid lineup. Malfurion in their hands, that's always strong. Doesn't really have the camp clear, the wave clear that we're seeing from Rhaegar, but still. I'm also interested to see what the damage dealers are going to be on the side of Nothing Changed. That's pretty much my big question right now. That's probably more or less the only one that I have. Because I really want to see, first of all, if you're going to see Greymane. That's question number one. And I want to also see where Vala lands with all of this, since we have with Tyrael and Sanctification a chance for that. There's a global band out, by the way. Oh, we could see Illidan. They actually played Illidan in the past, guys. And with Tyrael, there's definitely a chance that Illidan is going to make an appearance here too. That would give them a pseudo-global as well if they go for the hunt. So there is a chance that that is going to happen here. They are one of the teams that played Illidan every now and then. There's an Abatha. Yeah, that would work with Greymane. That works with Illidan. Okay. And Li Ming gets picked too, but we still have one slot open. I am pretty curious what that's going to be. And of course the question is also what Gonex is going to do right now. They still need to come back into this somehow. Well, not come back into this, but they still have to make sure that they have a good offlaner here. If they wanted to have a global, they can go for the bird. So they could drop Falstad here. Ah, Samuro and Falstad. Alright. Samuro and Falstad. And there is Illidan. There we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Alderac passed map number 2 in the best of 3 series. The third place decided at the HeroesHype Qualification Tournament. Let's jump right in and see who's successful. Samuro or Illidan? Game number 2, Nothing Changed, going a little bit old school here. Porty Boss on Illidan with the Insta Battered Assault right here. Talent obviously also taken against Samuro. Yes, we have a Samuro here as well, but let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. DAB on Li Ming, Blick Kidney on Abatha, Billy on Tyrael, and Linked on Rhaegar. Over to the right side, Earth on Garrosh in game number 2. We have Malfurion played by Sky, Kelvin on Hanzo with Ultralisk on Samuro, and Skog on Falstad. The bird's the word as we're looking towards the red team. Once again, they have a global here. They actually have 2 globals technically. And here comes Samuro with immediately the way of the blade being taken. In terms of level 1 talents. I mean, this is obviously where the Battered Assault gets quite a little bit of value, because those copies also count as heroes, so you have a bit of an easier time completing that. Already a bit of a ping for Sky, apparently they are already memeing him. But the first game was, I mean, it honestly was a beating. The early game was a completely different setup. They started great, but then it became a bit of a beating there. But this lineup is kind of old school we're seeing from Nothing Changed here, so I'm personally curious what exactly Go Next is going to throw against this. There is obviously the scenario in which the late game goes to the red team simply because they're running a Samuro, which can be really, really annoying when you just take down structures and you play around that. But we have an Abatha Illidan composition, and that in and of itself is very powerful against structures and when left alone. Rich in particular has showcased several times in the early stages of HCC how powerful Illidan, especially with Abatha, but even without it, can be if you leave him alone on the lane. That guy just doesn't care and drops every single structure you throw at him. Talk about killing stuff. Falstad is getting murdered here. It looks like Billy is hungry and wants some chicken. He's really going for the bird here, and dude, like, you need to be a little bit careful. Just because you tap the fountain doesn't mean that all of a sudden you have effective hit points back again. Camps are now taken on both team side. Level 1, by the way, with a full focus, pressurized glance, but still I guess we're going to see the Adrenal Overlord And that's a lockdown, and Boss's brain AFK. Alright. Boss with a full-on brain fart as he just sits there and takes it. And Sky is like, well, don't mind me, I'm just gonna root you and kill you. Thank you very much, my friend. Easily done. So, yeah, that was an easy one. The bird by now, yeah, that's the Adrenaline Overload, by the way. Also for Liming, again, dominance. And there we have it. Yeah, Liming is a really fun hero these days. Like, the discussions in the Twitch chat about Liming is actually fantastic. And the amount of dummies that comes in and the entire time is like, no, AWP build is awesome. I talked to a guy once that was a good player and he told me that AWP, you don't have to go for Calamity all the time. Huh, is that so? Is that why for 2 years we saw only Calamity in HGC on level 7? Huh, never considered that. What do you know? Either way, memes aside, obviously, with someone like DAB, we actually have someone that knows how to play Liming. And I would be shocked to see anything else but Calamity on level 7. But with that, just as a side note, let's have a little bit of a look onto those offlanes. I mean, first of all, with Abathur, you have not as many bodies in the early game as your opponent, especially when your opponent runs Samuro. So you gotta be a bit cautious around the prisoner camp in particular. And check that out. Because those things are pretty tough to take down, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm mentioning. You can't really play too smart, too close to home. You're trying to get something done, then Abathur wants to help out, but the opponent still has an additional hero in game. So all of a sudden you lose Rhaegar, and now you just have to run around it, just interrupt the channels the entire time and hope for the best to stall it as much as you possibly can. But this isn't looking too pretty for them. The bird is in the meantime also going for another camp to even get more pressure towards the top of the map. But down here to the bottom, we have the camp retaken. And they're not putting too much pressure into it right now. They have to deal with the camp still, and that's fantastic for Nothing Changed. Because they're now in a position where they can stall this out a little bit more. And that's fantastic for them. They want to wait for level 10. They want to make sure that the first camp is taken as late as possible so that they get to level 10. And then play around that. In comes the attack again. The AP needs to be a bit careful. Level 7 abilities. Boomerang for Falstad. And Samuro is going to go for the aggression, but Ultralisk is eating quite some damage here already. And oh my god! I am shocked! Calamity! Who would have thought? Wow. Total surprise here. Boomerang. Boomerang, by the way, also getting picked right away from Falstad. That is going to empower him even more on the off lane because he can burn those waves down quicker, can push the lanes out before he flies in and helps the team out. So more experience for them, in theory at least. But keep Illidan in mind, who after level 10 is probably going to run with the hunt for the pseudo-global here. And with this, they're starting to jump in again. Earth already on the move as he gets attacked at the front. Boss gets the assistance of Abathur as the hat comes into play. Abathur himself sitting in the top lane in the middle so that he can also get a little bit more soak in with the body itself. And with this, we're now having still a fight over the first objective. There's a big lead for Go Next. But they're getting closer and closer to level 10 right now. And this is exactly where Nothing Left wants to be. Obviously, there are a couple of late-game factors for Go Next too, especially with Samuro in play. His late game is pretty insane, since you can really just jump all over the map and try and burn these lanes down, trying to get structures eliminated. Again, the attack against Kelvin. DAB comes in from the side, but Earth blocks the shot. And Boss is playing a pretty solid game on Illidan so far. But he will have to go in deep for this one. Tactically, it's still a 4 versus 5 because they don't have that 8-point pool. The stun against Pody is a problem. He's trying to move out. Friend or foe saves his butt. But the bird got saved by Earth as he throws him back. And guys, this is still without level 10 abilities. And they're doing extremely well here. Now with level 7, we also got the Swift Retribution, which is fantastic for Illidan. We're also having the Mule now, and we see the reflexive block by Illidan. And Boss is really demolishing the opponent's backline. And with all that focus on Illidan and Abathur, Liming has a lot of space to work with and has shown that now multiple times. And they're actually starting to turn this around. Despite the fact that they haven't gotten a single kill yet, they're the ones who are now pushing for the objective. The bird flies in. Boss is already jumping out here. Is not falling for anything. Attacks the bird, but Tyrael is down. And Falstad survives. Tyrael is able to delay this a little bit longer. Half a level until level 10. And here comes DAB once more. But it was already claimed once. They're trying to reclaim the spot, but it's tough for them to pull that off. And I think this objective goes now finally over to Go Next. It's about time, and there it is. So a bit of value at least for the red team. But still, fairly well done. If you consider that with the first objective, you only see it taken 7 minutes into the game because of how well Nothing Changed defended, despite the fact that they didn't have an Abathur copy that they could run in this battle. That was actually pretty nice. So now they're going to try and use the level 10 abilities. I would expect Hunt to be taken, as I mentioned previously. Copy for Abathur. Should also be a Sanctification. Anything else would be a surprise. A fun one at that, but would still be a surprise. And they go Judgment! They go Judgment and Hunt on the same target, and they fuck Malfurion up big time. Malfurion is down. Billy is in a bit of trouble. Can jump out. And now they have the arrow that is straight on his way across the pond all the way to North America. Connects here. Top lane value for the red team though, since they're able to use Falstad and the cavalry, the raider to go for the fort. And I guess that one is going to be taken down. He's going to die anyways. Or is he? Fly away, baby. Fly away. Fly. Well, Mighty Gust solves the problem too. So he actually survives this one. But we have Judgment and the Hunt. So that is 2 direct stuns and attacks against the target in the backline. It seems like Skye is going to be the target for them. So, might not necessarily be the standard combo that you go for here, but it's definitely the more fun one. Kelvin nearly died to DAB, who has to play around this cooldown a little bit more, and Sofa still plays that nicely, but there's the taunt. In comes Blick Kidney. Hunt is there. Judgment any second. Hunt comes in, and the Judgment follows. But this time he survives a little bit longer. The end result is the same, though. He's dead, and the Ancestral saves Tyrael. They're jumping back out, and with that, DAB survives even a little bit longer and is now able to assist the team with pushing the bot lane even further. Nothing Changed is again crushing it, and Boss is currently having a pretty good game here with his Illidan. Not a lot against him. Seems like eventually Go Next will have to focus onto a global game where they're trying to put Samuro and Falstad into a macro setup and run that, because the team fights are not looking great for them. The biggest problem pretty much is that Malfurion gets his ass kicked every single time that this starts. Every single time we have a fight starting up, Malfurion is now getting attacked by the Hunt and by Judgment, and all of a sudden he is judged to be not worthy and gets taken down. And, well, it doesn't really look too pretty for him. So 1 fort down for each team, but with level 13 Tillans and a level lead in their hands, Nothing Changed has taken a very solid advantage over their opponent. Also, Soma Transference, big boost now for Illidan, plus Earth Shield, which obviously helps too. They take the boss even at the bottom of the map, but we see a similar move at the top. We have that currently being played by the opponent. So yeah, it's all about the coordination against Malfurion at this point, pretty much. There are other targets, obviously. You can go for Falstad, you can go for Hanzo, but if you have a chance, then you will take Malfurion off the board. That takes the sustain of the opponent away quite nicely, especially since, well, in this case he didn't go for Tranquility. We actually have him with Twilight Dream, but that's a good target to have. The fence at the bottom of the map is already in. At the top, we're seeing the attack against the boss now too. Level 30 talents are ready for both sides, which in this case actually give us the Giant Killer. Yeah, a little bit of a weird setup for him right now. I mean, Giant Killer at least with the hammer gain, so Falstad is a little bit all over the board with the build at this point. Could have totally seen him again go into maybe a bit of a different setup here. I'm not quite sure how much that is actually going to do for him. Giant Killer, to be absolutely honest, against this lineup in particular. Right now I would have not been surprised to see him just go into the traditional cooldown reduction talents to get a little bit more out of that. Level 4 is something that actually surprises me a bit as well. Initially, when I saw the lineup that they're up against, I really expected him to go for the Lightning Rod talent for his shield on level 4 instead of going for Hammer Gains. Hammer Gains is something that is great for you if you're looking for lane sustain, but against someone like Illidan, it's usually not going to do too much for you, especially with the Hunt and in this case even Judgment coming against you, plus Abathur of course. So if you have a shield, you might be able to survive this a little bit longer. So the bird's build No, I'm not sure if I'm 100% on board with that, but there is actually a lot that you can do with the bird in terms of building combos. The important one is level 7, that you go for a boomerang there, which is exactly what he did. And obviously his Gust helps him with the escape patterns. We've seen that already early on, when he was successful to survive against Illidan, even though I still think that he could have simply gone for a fly. As it stands, though, with the objective up again and camp's now taken, I think we're looking at Illidan's Hunt and Judgment again. And the only question is, can they pull off the execution to make that happen? Podibos is still doing his thing up here to the top. Can, of course, wait a little bit longer. Illidan currently at 16,000 damage, but then again, he's never a hero that will excel too much with the damage numbers, since it's more so single target damage, especially if you don't go for immolation. Right now, Li Ming with 25,000. Top numbers for her. Mirror Ball is in, and there's the level 16. And with that, we're now even seeing them on the talent side with envenomed spikes. I don't see that too often, but in this case, it's the distance to safety that you're playing around with. It's a big map, trying to hunt them down before they can escape towards the keep. And they're going for the camp, and they're taking it. Yeah. Half a level away for level 16. Can Go Next really disrupt this? I doubt it. But they're playing that macro game that I already advertised earlier. Yeah, Illidan comes in. Where's the Gust when you need it? And it's on the wrong side. And that's why I said go and fly. Alright, there he is. That's the death of Falstad. The problem being obviously the Abathur enhanced attack. And with the bird down, there's now the attack all the way at the top at camp again. And Judgment is of course still ready. Illidan is jumping into the fun again and is trying to take Earth down. Lee Kidney came through, tried to get some damage in with the Abathur copy, but couldn't get too much done here. And things are starting to look dicey for Go Next. They have level 16 talents, but they're still missing a hero. The bird by now with the Afterburner to make a play there. But they're already going for Samuro again, and if you really want to contest this, then you have to do it now, and that's exactly what they're trying. They're going already in. There's the taunt, and Pody survives. The cleanse already coming out, Ancestral is still ready, and they could use it. The bird is flying in deep and goes for Blakidney, gets the kill, but Illidan is on a tear, goes for Sky and drops him after he annihilates Hanzo. Earth is the next target, and with the help of Abathur, he goes down too, and they are just absolutely killing it. There's the hunt, the bird is down again, and it's a 5-man team wipe, ladies and gentlemen, as the entire Go Next lineup is just swept off the board. And with that, they have 2 lanes where they can go for the keep now. 10 kills against 4 in a very successful battle they just fought here, with Illidan absolutely crushing it, even taking the top damage numbers, which again, you don't see all that often without immolation. 27,000 for Li Ming, helped of course that Li Ming died early, but this is definitely going to be, this is going to be keep. This could be core. And the bot lane is also attacking, and this is looking like we're at least going to see 2 of the armor keeps go down on the side of Go Next. Now, obviously, the problem if you go for the core here is that if you can't manage to finish it off, it will heal itself again. And that's a big problem too. But with them already dropping 2, it is a catastrophic scenario for Go Next. They're already down in the series, and this is not going to help them. I mean, right now we're talking level 19 versus level 17. That puts them 1 level away from level 20. Illidan is still fighting around a little bit. That core is already getting attacked, as you can tell. Top fort is a goner. And that means they can even push a little bit farther to at least break through the wall here, I would suggest. But I think they're going to wait for level 20 and not going to play this too aggressive. Taking the copies down, it's an easy peasy task. Nothing really to be done about that. But damn, they're looking good. And keep in mind, they have sanctification. Actually, they don't have sanctification. Oh god, that was just an auto reflex there. I was like, oh, they have Tyrael, sanctification on the core, fantastic. And I was like, wait a second, they went Judgment. I still have the explosion of Billy, of course, that helps a little bit. But they're gonna go for the fight again. Abathur sitting at the bot lane, empowering that push a little bit. And that bot lane is going to push the core eventually too, which is another problem, but it's all about the level 20. DAB already sitting topside. I think Illidan still in the middle. But how do you solve this? Honestly, like, how do you solve this? Maybe a fantastic arrow from Hanzo to set the fight up, get a quick kill? Oh, well, that would be a good one. That's one way to do it. 1 throw, 1 taunt, 1 Twilight Dream, and there is Illidan down. Yep, just as level 20 kicks in, Illidan is dead. Now we have Hive Mind, Defense of the Angels, and in addition to that, also Rhaegar with the Storm Shield. But they have a little bit of momentum, and they're using that momentum to crush through the middle. They want to take a keep down if they can. Illidan is down for another 37 seconds, and that's exactly what they need to do here. But can they? Samuro is still sitting topside, by the way. He can jump in whenever he wants to. And they're going for that keep. And they are closing in on level 20. So this kill against Illidan was actually fantastic for it. That's one of the key figures for Nothing Changed in this battle. And they took it off the board. But they haven't taken that keep yet. And eliminating it would mean a lot, especially since Abathur has the mule. Abathur can mule that shit up. And he's gonna do that very, very quickly. There it is. Mule is in. And that's a problem. Another problem is arriving at the core on the right side of the map now. Have to deal with it. Eventually this is going to be too strong. For now it's not really the biggest problem, but still. So with this we're now having our little setup right here with the prisoner camp taken again. And it's not only that. They're having the immediate attack towards the boss, and once the boss is taken it will march straight towards the core, and that opens up a lot of space for Nothing Changed, because Go Next will have to respond to it. Earth sees it happening. Is the team there though? That's the question. There's the Gust. So much for that. No Gust in this game, baby. Judgment and the hunt. Straight on to Falstad, and he is down within a second. The chicken is back in the KFC basket. Down goes Garrosh and Malfurion, and with that triple kill and the boss taken, this is more or less lights out right here. Ultralisk is on the run, all the way up at the top. Samuro was able to push the lane out and is maybe even delivering that keep into the hands of the red team. But let's be honest about it, this game is absolutely over. It's always said it's not over until the fat lady sings, but she is drawing breath already. She is starting the little song that will finish this game. 14 kills against 5 as Calamity gets the kill here for DAB. And they're starting to make their final move onto the core. This is going to be the 3rd place for Nothing Changed. Congratulations! A fantastic series from their perspective, taking Go Next down here with a 2-0 victory, not dropping a single map. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support, and see you guys next time.